broad approach question. I think a lot of us have been poring over the BLS report last week, trying to divine some type of meaning from things, which I don't think is easy, particularly in that case. But given your expertise in this area, do you feel like it's an indication that normal is just going to be very different, right, in labor markets whenever there is a full recovery? That people are making different decisions based on the last year. People are looking for different kinds of jobs based on the last year, and our expectation of what the labor market looks like will be very different post-pandemic than it was pre-pandemic.
So I try not to read too much in any one month. I think I started with that point. So I really try, and I think there are many reasons to believe and to understand why we don't like to do that. For example, if you were drilling down on that report, you know that the reference week was the week of April 12th. That was a week before all adults became eligible for for a vaccination. That was a week before. And then we know it takes 5 to 6 weeks for people to become, if they get the Pfizer or Moderna, become fully vaccinated. It was also, getting into the details, it was, I think, Easter happened in March this year. The seasonal adjustments are a little funny within the BLS report. So this is all reasons why we just can't, and viral loads were increasing, at least in parts of the country, in that period of time as well. So I think it's really important not to read too much into that one report. If we look over the last 3 months or the 3 months before that, we know that employment was rising. Do we expect there may be some sectoral reallocation as a result of the pandemic? Probably. We probably expect we've accelerated a bit more into remote kinds of employment and activities. But we also know that it's important that we make investments where we address, for example, the existential threat of climate change. We know this country needs to be making those kinds of investments. We know that we need to be making investments in infrastructure. We seem to be reminded of that almost on a monthly basis, that this country has really great infrastructure needs. So we know that there are a lot of fundamental jobs. If we think about care, a quarter of our population is aging, and it's important that we have people who can take care of our older people and have good quality home care workers. So that we know that there are many jobs which are not going to go away and which are going to be very important in order for us to go forward.